Well, I mean, Steelers are a 3-point favorite at home or an underdog at home. So, how do you feel? Do you think that's fair? They should be an underdog, or do you think this is a fair matchup? Do you think
I
this,
think three's fair. I think
you think
three's
the
pretty much
Steelers are
even.
going to lose? Is what you think,
I've
basically?
already said that.
Yeah.
I've already said that. We have to play our ass off. That's all. But they did say today that we're getting everybody back except for Washington's out for the year.
What about Calvin Austin? Calvin
They
Austin will
said
be back in this game.
he might come back. Everybody can come back. Even T.J. Watt, even Eccles. So
Yeah, Watt comes back. That's major. Calvin Austin, I think, is might be the biggest injury on this team right now. As crazy as that sounds, I think Calvin.
Washington sucks.
But the
It's
thing
not.
with Washington is Pat Fryermuth hasn't been getting used this year, and
I
he
know,
hasn't
but
been
then they'll
getting
find a
reps.
way. You know they'll find a way to put Hayward on there in there. What?
Well, I mean, Bill Cowher even said it that they need to get Fryermuth involved. We got Fryermuth involved late in the game against the Browns, and he came up big. So I think he's got to get a lot of reps in this game. And if you put Hayward in a game, you put Hayward in a game. I don't know. We got to get Gainwell. We got to run the ball, but there's holes on their defense for sure in this game. So it's not like I think we're going to put up more than 6 points. And the Browns defense has a lot to do with us putting up 6 points. I mean, Washington going out, no DK. But I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers and something with Tomlin against Harbaugh. I think Tomlin has Harbaugh's number. I don't know. Every time we play the Ravens, they seem to always find a way to blow the games, and they blew that game. We probably played them the first time. They pretty much gave that game away, like the Steelers gave the game away to the Browns, in my opinion.
So do you think what happens if whoever loses this game? Do you think should be fired? Whatever coach.
I don't think neither coach should probably get fired or will get fired. Harbaugh definitely should get fired. I'd say Tomlin's seat, if you're going to put anybody on the hot seat right now, but then again, you got to think, though, you got to look at it from this point of this lens, too, because Harbaugh's team was projected to finish first in the division, was projected to be pretty much the powerhouse. The Denver Broncos right now had to clear number 1 seed, possibly the number 2 seed. And now they don't got that. They're clawing for a possible 4 seed, and that's just by default because your division sucks so bad.
Well, that's by default because of our team.
Yeah, we should have had it. Yeah, we should have wrapped this up already. So you got to go put that on Tomlin for not being able to beat a 3-win team. I don't care what the injuries are. There's no excuses for losing to Cleveland. His decisions are the sole. Aaron Rodgers sucked, yeah. But with all of that, if it wasn't for his bad decisions, the Steelers win that game in Cleveland. And he's the highest tenured player on this whole team. He's supposed to be the leader, and you can't be making rookie mistakes as a 19-year-old head coach in the NFL. And as bad as Aaron Rodgers was, he wasn't meant to be here. So, or meant to even be a world beater. We're paying him $13 million, essentially backup quarterback money. So, I mean, what do we expect from Aaron Rodgers to be a world beater every game? I expect better, yeah. But I mean, you're as the coach, you got to win that game, and I'm not making any excuses. You basically rolled the red carpet out the whole entire offseason to pretty much bring Aaron Rodgers here. So, hey, you wanted this old man to go out there. You wanted this old man that thinks he can dictate everything and do whatever he wants on the sidelines. You brought him here for that. So let him go out there and let him win this game, because this game's going to take points to win this game. It's not going to take this Arthur Smith ground and pound to try to ground and pound it down your throat, because it's not going to happen. Baltimore's going to sell out and do everything they can not to allow us to run the ball early. So you might as well just come in this game opening it up, spreading it out, and putting points on the board and giving your defense a lead to where then your defense can possibly force turnovers in this game and win this game. That's the only way we're winning this game.
That's where it's going to come down also to where when the Steelers play defense, they're going to have to stop the run. Simple as that.
Simple as that. I mean, it's not as simple as that, but I mean, let's put it this way.
Yeah, we're going to have to stop the run. Derrick Henry's going to get the ball.
He's going to get the ball, regardless of Lamar being in the game or Huntley in the game. But the fact of having Huntley in the game and having Lamar in the game will make a big difference too. And they don't really know until Wednesday who's going to start the game, Huntley or Lamar. So I mean, because with Lamar in the game, you have to basically have someone stay at home, because if you're running it up the middle with Henry, somebody's got to stay at home because Lamar is going to option you. So it's easy to sit there and say, oh, we're going to bail out for Henry. And that's probably what you should do. And the Steelers did that in the playoff game last year. And when we bailed out for Henry, and then Lamar ran it. So if Huntley is in this game, I think the Steelers have a big chance. And I'd say the Steelers should be favored, honestly, in this game, not just but
we're going to give up a lot of pass yards to the tight ends of theirs. They got
probably
They got 3 good tight ends.
So do we. We need to learn how to use the tight end.
They got a good. They actually, it's funny. They got a fullback, something we don't have.
Ricard, he's really good.
Yeah, we Hayward, bro. Come on, bro. How big do you think Ricard is compared to him?
Ricard's probably got at least 50, 60 pounds on Hayward easily. Ricard's like 300 pounds.
That's what I'm saying, dude. But he can run the ball too.
Yeah, and catch it and block. I mean, Hayward's supposed to be that jackknife type of player that can do everything. That's what Arthur Smith wants in his offense. He probably gets that pass just because it's Cam's brother. I mean, I'm not going to knock Hayward at this point. Would it be better to have somebody else on his roster right now? Yeah, but who are you really going to go out and get right now at this point in the season? I mean, I think somebody.
Well, I think that at this point we can at least use our backup running back, our third string, to do something. Like isn't that why you have 3 running backs on the team? They all contribute in some way or form.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I mean, I probably would have other people on this roster. I mean, another receiver. There was that I don't know, some receivers in the preseason. I don't know. We need some type of receiver though to step up in this game.
It's too late now. We can't get
now. I know, but thing is, Denzel Ward, the Ravens don't have a cornerback like Denzel Ward. He was talking all kinds of shit after the game. Said, I don't know who would try me 3 times in the game. And there was this picture of Aaron Rodgers to where, I think it was the last play of the game on 4th down. Kenny Gainwell was wide open. Wide open.
Fryer moved on one of the plays. He was open too. That's what makes me mad. I mean, we have to either cry in our beer, or I don't know how to say it, but just how it is right now, man. It's just not good. And I don't say I feel confident. I felt confident beating the Clowns. I don't know about this one. I mean, I know we have a chance, but it's gonna be horrible if Tomlin loses this game. It's gonna be bad.
Oh, he's gonna be getting booed. They're gonna be yelling "Fire Tomlin." The draft will be in Pittsburgh, and they'll be yelling "Fire Tomlin" in the draft. Everything will be overshadowed by the Steelers fans wanting Tomlin to get fired. It's become a cult at this point, man. And Madden started it. Now everybody else is just going, it is what it is. And I mean, is it warranted? I mean, to blow this division lead, or how bad this division is, to basically was handed to you this year.
Yeah, because it's going to be way harder next year. Remember that.
Oh, it is. For sure. I mean, they could make moves and get better, but I mean, it doesn't matter with the coaching staff who's just lollipopping games to 3-win teams. Does it matter, really? I mean, you got to do something. You got to bring in if you're going to rebuild this thing, you have all the money, you have all the draft. Now's the time. You either get in the playoffs. If you don't get in the playoffs, I mean, bro.
The Browns will start getting better. The Bengals are going to be way better next year. So, Ravens will be the Ravens. We'll see what they do. But you can't tell me right now the division will be way better next year. Way better. It's just been a bad year because everybody got hurt. And we got lucky. Rodgers only got hurt for a week.
TJ's been hurt for a good 3-4 weeks. How many weeks has TJ been hurt now? I mean, he missed the Lions game.
2.
He missed in the Cleveland game. Now he might be back for this game, hopefully. I don't know. I'd say it's doubt. I'm rolling him as doubtful. I don't know.
Well, you have to play him. You have to use everybody.
I'm playing. I mean, I hope
You
he
have to put
rises
him
with
on
the
restrict. You
oxygen
have to
tank
give him
and
so
gets
many
out
snaps,
there, bro, and puts his
and
balls
we
through the
can't.
wall.
We
But
can't
man,
fucking have our defense on the field 99 plays.
no, that's why I'm saying let Aaron Rodgers just go out there and pass it and dink and dunk and sustain drives that way. Essentially, the pass game is an extension of the run game, man.
Did you hear
So
Tomlin when he said he's appreciative of being in a game like this? I'm like, dude, that would smash my radio. Like, what are you talking about?
yeah,
You could
the
have
game.
freaking won the damn game last week and don't have to be in that situation. And someone asked a question. He says, you said some stupid comment. Tomlin,
Yeah,
man, I'll tell you what, dude.
yeah, my boy texts me, he goes, Tomlin said division champions are made on the road. That's what he said before the Cleveland game. Now what now he's so honored to play in this game, and they asked him about the road. Yeah, right, yeah. And they asked him is it an advantage to be at home on the road? And I mean, yeah, it's an advantage to be at home. So I think there's something to that too. We obviously have home field. And I honestly think Lamar's probably going to play in this game, and that's really what it's going to come. This is what it's real. Those are the key factors to this game, man. Look, I made a little AI picture, dude. Look of T.J. Watt and Lamar.
You better hope DJ Watt plays then.
So it's going to come down. How do I? I can't even flip. I can't flip my screen. Damn it! Came through shitty. And then I mean, what else is it going to come down to? Let me show you that picture, dude, of the wide open. The wide open. Here it is, man.
Anyway,
Final play. Yeah, Gainwell. Look, there it is. There he is, Gainwell. Wide open. Nowhere near him. There's Rogers, not even looking in his direction, forcing it to his boy Marquez Valdez Scantling. I mean,
yeah,
that's
that's
like,
crazy.
bro, I can make that pass, dude. I'm telling you, dude. I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him in stride dude. Come
That's
on,
hilarious.
man.
He was wide open, definitely. If he just like waited another, he's scared of that sack record, man.
Yeah, there he is. He's closing in. He didn't want to take a step to the side. If you would have stepped to the side and looked that way, you would have stepped right into a touch. He'd have stepped right into a motherfucking touchdown, man. To tie the
Dude, Miles
fucking
Garrett
game.
even said this. It seemed like the Steelers were more scared of stopping me than winning the game.
It seemed like it to me, honestly. They can deny it. They're talking all kinds of shit. Denzel Ward, everything. That's what's crazy. They haven't won anything, and then Skip Bayless is like, "Oh, Shadir Sanders had a signature win over Aaron Rodgers." Man, come on, dude. What kind of win? He didn't win nothing, dude. That was not nothing that had to do with him at all
No,
whatsoever.
their defense beat them.
Pretty much. I mean, you only give up six. I mean, Shadir did everything he can not to win that game. If you really think about it, you know what else I thought was funny is how like Thomas he brought like in his opening monologue. It wasn't even a question. He brought up about how all big moments. Nick Herbig had that play in a flat and he didn't make it. Those are the type of moments that you're going to blame Nick Herbig for in the defense for not forcing turnover and
That's his
scoring points
baby.
for your offense and shit, dude. That's fucking crazy, dude. Come on, man.
That's his
You're,
baby, though. He covers that, covers their ass, but he does call them out. Like that's what he can talk about. He can't really talk about offense because he doesn't know much about the offense. That's the truth.
he's
He's not.
definitely an offensive
It's
coach.
Aaron Rodgers and it's Arthur Smith and Aaron Rodgers. That's all it is.
Think he does much. They always say he's the coach without a clipboard. The coach without a clipboard. The Tomlin. That's was one of the comments in my shit. The coach without a clipboard.
Sometimes he doesn't have his headphones on. It's ridiculous. Shouldn't be in this situation, but it is what it is. Balls to the walls, man. That's all you can say. Banana Camambras in the chat.
That was before I had the live scheduled. I don't think she's in there now.
Oh. So what do you think? We're gonna win then? Obviously you do. I don't. I hope I'm wrong. But I felt a little better today hearing that everybody's coming back for the defense at least.
I think Lamar's going to play.
We get Eccles.
Wednesday's practice, official injury report for the Ravens comes out tomorrow. So I don't know. It's probably going to be official for the Steelers tomorrow too. But
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
Eccles, if we get
that's
our whole defense back, I mean, and we
that's going
get
to make a difference. Our defense, I think our defense is really good. You was even talking about it, dude. Like the defense. Who are you getting rid of on the defense right now? Honestly,
nobody. I mean, there's a couple here and there. I'm more getting rid of people on offense, like Jonnu Smith.
she hates Tomlin. This one, she's always commenting on my videos. What Tomlin's gonna win, man? Tomlin's gonna win this one for the Steelers.
Trophy
We're gonna win this one for the Steelers, man. Is what's gonna go down.
You said 9-8 trophies coming.
That's how I read some of these comments. They're like,
There's a statue coming if he's 9-8.
it's guaranteed 9-8. What do you mean? He's already guaranteed 9-8. It's already in the
That's what
bag.
I'm saying. The statue's coming. Why? He'll be standing next to Willie Stargell over there, PNC Park.
We are fair. That's what they're gonna be singing over there, man. I don't know.
Bob Knight will spend his money. See, look, we put Tomlin's statue over here. We don't need another bat.
Dude, Bob Nutting. I mean, you want to talk about someone that's got to sell the team, but Bob Nutting, I don't know, to make a buck, to put a Wonder Bread ad on the side of PNC Park, decided it'd be a good idea to tear down the Roberto Clemente remembrance like a freaking idiot. And then they had a whole PR mess. And then they had to come back and bring it back. I mean, you want to talk about a joke of an organization? Let's talk about a joke of an organization and an owner that needs to sell the team.
Tyron Jones is going at you.
We're going to get in there, motherfucker. And what are they going to say when he gets in there?
Tyron Jones is coming at you.
Let's hear it. No, we not Walter. And Baltimore won't make mistakes again. Watch. So Lamar's going to come in ready to throw. Lamar's ready to rumble, bro, and take it to. That's what you think too. That's what Ernie thinks. That's what all the media thinks.
I hope I'm wrong.
That's what the money line is. That's what the money line is too. I mean, everybody's laying it on the Ravens. Who's really out here laying it on the Pittsburgh Steelers? I mean, if anybody, I'm willing to bet a hundo right now if somebody wants to take the Ravens -3.5. I'll do that, but I mean, Run thinks we're going to win, though. So me and Run think we're going to win, and you and Tanya think we're going to lose. Ernie thinks we're going to lose. Filipponi's laughing at callers, thinking the Steelers are going to win, saying they got no chance in the world. So.
Oh, no, he can guarantee his balls getting pierced or something this time.
No, he should guarantee the loss then, because, that's what they're saying. We're going to lose. We got no chance. We never had a chance to be here in the first place. Some fans say we deserve to lose. We don't even deserve to be in there. What do you say about that take? That we don't even deserve to be in the playoffs right now?
We're not in the playoffs.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I guess what if we win? Do we deserve to be in the playoffs then?
Or yeah, what? We win.
All right, there you go. Fair enough.
But we shouldn't be in that situation, bro.
You're right. I guess you're right about that too. I can't deny that.
I gotta check these scores. Penguins are winning 1-0.
I had it up and I closed it like an idiot.
That's cool. We're beating Carolina. I'm not saying we're gonna beat them, but at least we're winning.
Yeah, with this goal, I don't even know who this goalie is they're playing right now. They got their goalie situation is terrible. They're almost
That's
like
the dude we got in trade from the Oilers. For Jari.
Oh, he's done for the season. They said it. They said Adam Schefter. He's done for the season. I mean,
Who is?
no, Washington.
Oh, I know that. He broke his arm.
He had to have surgery today. So yeah, that's terrible. But we have a lot of tight ends. We don't have enough wide receivers. I don't know what to say. I mean, there is not enough offense. Running game is not good. But I will say, I mean, Harmon's back, and when Harmon's in the game, there's a big difference in running the ball. And I'd say the Ravens' offense is basically built around Lamar. You can say they do the same thing with Huntley. But Lamar brings like just such even Tomlin said it, a unique ability in his run game, and just having to account just as his presence in the game, you got to account for him in a run game. So I mean, if he doesn't play, bro, I honestly think the Steelers and his defense can trap Huntley, hold the Ravens to at least under 20, and then it's up to the offense to capitalize on the turnovers the defense forces, because the turnovers were there in this game against Cleveland. Really, they were right there. The game was right there for them to have the whole game. Should have had it. They didn't have it. I mean, what else can you really say? Now with the Ravens defense, I mean, I think they can capitalize, bro, easily on those if they force those turnovers. And with Huntley, then you don't have to worry about Lamar making big plays with his legs, and you just go in this game just blitzing, bailing out, stopping the run, and daring Huntley to beat you. And Joey Porter manning up Zay Flowers, which I think he can do. And Eccles and whoever and the rest of the secondary being able to cover their men. I mean, the tight end might be able to make some plays here and there down the field, but you got to stop Henry. I think you have to risk, them beating you down the field, and Huntley beating you down the field with his arm.
How come it doesn't say you're live? No wonder why nobody can join.
I don't know. It doesn't say I'm live. I'm live. I don't know. Run. I don't know.
You're live. Look, you're not
That's
live.
not my channel. I'm on a different channel.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. I'm on Yins Nation Sport, my sports channel.
It just says you were live on this one 17 hours ago.
Well, I was not no more. I'm on live on Yins Nation Sport, man. My sports channel.
Okay, so I don't know what's the one's which. So what's the? I thought the other one you said is the main one.
This one's my main one. I'm on my main one right now.
So what the hell was? Okay, I found it. I got it. What was the one that got blocked?
That one, I just got unblocked on that one like last night. I just went live for a little bit just to see if it worked, and it did.
All right. Well, I'm gonna switch my phone out so my phone will die. Give me the
All
link.
right.
You pin the post the link.
All right, man. Ron, you can come up and talk about the game. For Butterfingers, except dudes who catches deep balls. I mean, we don't have another wide receiver. You're right. I mean, that's why you got to get Freiermuth involved. And I hope Austin can come back. I mean, I think Austin is at least someone that can make plays in the open field. And Tomlin, he hypes up Roman Wilson, dude, all the time. Someone that can make plays in the open field. But the thing is, like he don't use him or give him reps and then Christopher Carter. I gotta say, Christopher Carter dude's really been grilling Tomlin, and Tomlin don't like it. Like about reps, like he talks about how we need to give Jalen Warren reps and the dish, and he talks his whole monologue, big long monologue before questions are all about this distribution of labor, the distribution of labor. And he talks about Jalen Warren, how he gets in these, and then in that game he goes, oh well, it was this and that and the other. Well, what's the excuse of having Gainwell get like 19, so many more reps than Jalen Warren in the game? And you could say that about last game too. Jalen Warren, bro, was the most productive player on the team per rep, and he got not enough reps, and he hasn't been getting enough reps really. So, I mean, is Jalen Warren not good, or is he just not getting enough reps? And I mean, you could say the same. I mean, and there's, I mean, you can argue because it's hard to share the ball to two running backs at the end of the day.
You're right.
But I mean, you're giving reps to Valdez Scantling over Roman Wilson and all these old guys that are just not good. They're waiver wire players. And you hype Roman Wilson up, and then you don't even give him an opportunity. Like, what the hell?
Standards.
And there was even a headline, you can't trust Tomlin's words today. And even Runt's been saying this about Tomlin for a while now, that he lies in his press conferences. And she catches him lying in his press conferences. And he goes, oh, well, we don't buy into the minutia. Well, that's what you're selling right now. What it sounds like is a whole bunch of minutia, man. And you don't know what's going on. You have no control over this team. You got lucky as hell in Detroit to save your ass. You got lucky as hell. Harbaugh decided to give you that game in Baltimore. And then after you got gift wrapped all that shit for Christmas, you decide to gift wrap the shit right back and re-gift it right back to Baltimore, I guess. I don't know. We'll see on Sunday. But, I mean, that Cleveland game was horrible, and I put it squarely on Tomlin more than anything. DK's an idiot. He deserves blame, and Aaron Rodgers sucked ass. But, man.
So what do you think's worse? That loss against Cleveland or 2023 when we lost to Arizona and New England back-to-back?
I mean, remember, Tomlin specials.
Remember when we lost to both of them back-to-back?
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, that's a good. Where did we move the ball to? That's a good question. And then he blamed well, when Herbig has the interception, you got to make that play. And well, when you have 3 points, Tomlin, you got to take it. When your offense isn't moving the ball whatsoever, and the defense is the only reason you're still in this, even in this game whatsoever, you dumbass. So you're gonna put this on the Herbig, not coming up with the big play. Oh. So Herbig didn't get a pick six INT in the game. That's why we lost. What the fuck? Get the hell out of here, man. Come on, man. And then you excuse DK and don't even say anything to him and kiss his ass because you know you need him when you get back into the playoffs. You're just waiting until the offseason to probably cut his ass. So you got to put on this face like you care and you're going to keep him here. But you know damn well especially if we lose, that's another scapegoat. Arthur Smith, you're fired. DK Metcalf, you're gone. What? It's guaranteed. Guaranteed that happens.
For sure. That's exactly how it's going to be, man.
Tomlin probably ain't going nowhere. I think him and Kahn are attached to the hip pretty much. So if anybody goes, like Kahns will go, and then whoever comes in, the new GM will be like, you know what? You're fired. Whoever the new GM that may be. I don't know. Maybe Omar Khan wants to save face and he puts his full staple on this. And during the draft day, that's what he's got to do. All the motherfuckers are yelling Tomlin. So let's just say that's the case. So you got to trade him. I'd say we don't even fire him if you miss the playoffs. You got to really think about it in long terms too. Like, you can't really get ahead of yourself, and you got to take it 1 week at a time and one step at a time. So, and that's like I wasn't even like really. And Chuck Noll, they forced Chuck Noll to resign. Actually, Chuck Noll stepped aside. So they got to come to Tomlin. And if we miss the playoffs, I honestly don't. They got to go to Tomlin and say, hey, bub, we're going to try to shop you around. And are you going to accept this or not? And if not, then you're going to make us do something we don't want to do. We want to get something in return for you. We want to make this look like this is agreed upon on both sides. This is best for both parties, and let's part ways on good terms here. But it could get ugly if they miss the playoffs because the Steelers fans are going to be going fucking crazy. Everybody's getting booed. They're yelling to get fired. And I mean, at the end of the day, the fans are the ones that pay for the tickets and pay for the merchandise and pay for all this shit and to keep the Roonies and the Steelers afloat. And I mean, how many years without a playoff win is going to be enough. And I think Tomlin's a good coach. And I mean, in the NFL, the floor being 8 wins that's pretty good. But at the end of the day, bro. It's been since 2000. It's been almost a decade since the Steelers even won a playoff game. And even when you do make the playoffs, you're not even somewhat competitive in the playoffs. You get completely dog walked and mopped out completely. So
You're right.
So that would be so big. I mean, all the fans would love Omar Khan. They would cheer, and you do it on draft night, and you trade get a first round pick from the Giants for Tomlin, and that's a top 5 pick. And then you take, I don't know, whoever you decide to take, quarterback, receiver, offensive lineman, probably be a defensive player because it's the Steelers. They'll go first. They'll go first round defense, probably another defensive lineman.
No receiver.
Something you don't even expect. Well, they'll do that with their pick. They'll take the first round lineman with what they get from the Giants, and then their first round, whatever it may be, the 19, 20, 21, 22, they're going to take that receiver. And then an offensive tackle, second round, third round, whatever it may be. If we miss the playoffs, I'm getting rid of DK, and you got to make big moves in the offseason. The Steelers are basically essentially becoming, and under Tomlin, they're becoming the Cleveland Browns, they're becoming the Dallas Cowboys, they're becoming the Raiders, they're becoming the circus show. So that's what you got to do in the offseason to bring back optimism to the fan base, is make a whole bunch of moves. And that move, one of the big moves, is getting rid of DK. You have the ability to null and void his contract now, which I guarantee they'll do. If we miss the playoffs and they blow this shit, fuck yeah, they're gonna do that. They got $39 million in cap space. So that's what exactly Omar Khan's gonna do. And he's been doing since he's got here, making all these gaudy headlines that, guess what, hasn't amounted to shit. The Steelers used to build their team through the draft and actually coaching and developing players. And that's another thing that Tomlin gets shit on all the time. I don't know if it's necessarily true because he's drafted and there's been some good players under his tenure here, but they say he doesn't draft and develop talent well. And I mean, what now? We're basically going out here trying to buy this shit like the Rams, and guess what? It's fucking blowing up in his face. So I mean, who more gets the blame this season than Mike Tomlin? Like other seasons, he's got passes for injuries and this, that, and the other. TJ going down, Ben going down the 1 year, Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell getting hurt or whatever in the playoffs, and there's always some kind of excuse. The Devlin Hodges year, he's always gets some kind of fucking pass to why and how they don't get it done when it comes playoff time. What was the excuse that Cleveland game? That was a bad one. That's what that Still Maiden dude says all the time. That's the game for him that really he turned on Tomlin to where it was totally done. What didn't want him as a coach no more is that Cleveland game. We lost at home in the playoffs. No excuses for losing that fucking game. You were a favorite. You were at home. You got to win the game. Just like in Cleveland this year, you're a favorite against a 3-win team to lock up the division and you lollipop it. Now you have given the Ravens a chance to fucking take it out from under you. So, I mean, if it ain't this year, it's next year. You don't get a playoff win, bro. There ain't no way you can pick up that fucking option for Mike Tomlin, period. So at this point, if they don't make it, get rid of fucking DK and try to trade his ass for a first round pick. And you have all this draft capital and all this money, then shit, get a new offensive coordinator, an offensive minded coach in here with the defense that's already constructed. Might as well just keep Terrell Austin for one more year with that defense and shit, roll it out that way. Terrell Austin keeps his job. He should keep his job. He's the only one that should keep his job at this point, in my opinion. Danny Smith. Everybody's been calling to fire Terrell Austin. He's the only one keeping his team afloat right now. He's the only one that we have a hope and dream to beat the Ravens and get this team into the fucking playoffs, in my opinion. How about that? How do you feel about that?
You're funny, bro.
I mean, what the offense is straight garbage. So yeah, the defense has been giving up points in games and yardage in games. Yeah, because they're left out there on the fucking field all game long, every fucking game, because the offense can't even pick up a fucking first down.
What's the Ravens defense ranked compared to the Clowns?
probably not nowhere near as good. Probably worse than us. Definitely, they've been giving up points. You even read it like the other day. There was like 3 games they gave up like 40, and then like another 5 they gave up 30. So yeah, and they have a good offense. Well, I guess not this year because Lamar was out and shit, but they still got Derrick Henry. They still got Zay Flowers. Huntley ain't no scrub of a backup. So I
And
mean, I don't know.
they got Hopkins too.
Yeah, Andrews likely. I mean,
Hopkins,
their team is
Hopkins
good.
is
Like
way
we're a
better
team
than
that's built
anybody.
with offense. We're a team that's built with defense and all our money invested in defense. They're a team that's built and all their money's invested in offense. So I mean, if you trump that, we could score points on this team. But it's how much can you trump their offense and neutralize their offense? Because you're gonna have to do that a lot to win this game. Because our offense sucks. It don't matter how bad their defense is, our offense sucks dick. So, I mean, the most I think we can score in this game is like 24. So we got to hold them under 20, in my opinion, to win this game. 20 is the max we can allow them to score to win this game, in my opinion.
Well, if you said 24, they can score up to 23.
It's not totally on DK, but guess what? You're paid this guy $40 million to be one of the best receivers in the NFL, and guess what? He went and slapped the fan because he couldn't control his emotions. So you know what? If you can get rid of that salary cap and rebuild this thing, because we weren't doing that great with DK anyway, so you got to make changes. And that the fan base is going to be fed up. I mean, there's no every fan want. There's not no Tomlin supporters. I can say 2 years ago it was at least 50-50. Last year, okay, there were still believers. This year, it's been all year. Nobody believed it's 9-8, one and done, no matter what. That's been the narrative. That's been the song and dance all year. And now we're not even going to get it. The expectation is a one and done, and it may not even be a one and done. And you made all these moves. You got rid of Russell Wilson. You made all these moves on defense. You traded Minkah Fitzpatrick, who was a guy that you traded for in the first place to be a cornerstone of your fucking franchise that you gave up a first round pick to get. And guess what? You didn't make any progress. You regressed. You didn't progress. You fucking regressed. So you're shifting and turning around the blame. The biggest blame is on Tomlin. So that's where it starts. That's where it really's got to start. But to save their asses, to make headlines, to get you to believe again, to get you to buy back in, that's probably what I think is going to happen. Omar Khan and the Steelers are going to make all kinds of crazy ass fucking moves, especially with this draft being in Pittsburgh. They're not going to get rid of Tom. He's still got to pass Chuck Noll and tie Chuck Noll. That's just it. Like, he wins his game, he ties Chuck Noll in franchise history. So are the Steelers going to fire him after the season with still 2 years left on his deal? I don't see it happening. But I mean, but does he deserve it at this point? I mean, like I said, you got one more year to right the motherfucking ship and to win a playoff game. Other than that, come on, the message has gone stale, and we need to try something different. Because doing the same thing over and over and over again and getting the same results and expecting something different, it's the definition of insanity. That's what Albert Einstein said. And I don't know, he's a genius, so I think he knows more than me.
Penguins are up 2-0.
When we lose, it's probably when it's. I mean, bro, at this point, this is terrible. I mean, I haven't been on the Fire Tomlin bandwagon, and I've been against it for the longest time. But how much more can I? How much more? How many more years? How many more years without a playoff win is the Rooney's finally going to say is enough, man? And you had at least, at the very least, the division in the fucking bag last week, easily. But your stupid decisions making and game management and bad play calling and bad decisions and conservative ass bullshit is the reason you lost that game, bottom line. And there ain't no excusing it. There ain't no all because Herbig didn't have a pick six. No, you made horrible decisions in that game that directly resulted in the loss of that game. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. It's a fact. Yeah, if Herbig makes that play, sure. If DK's in there, maybe we play better. But if Tomlin doesn't make that stupid decision in that game in real time, and Tomlin doesn't make that other stupid decision in that game in real time, that's a 9-point swing that puts the Steelers with the win and the Browns with the L, and the Steelers with the division championship in their fucking hands.
You're right.
So last year, Russ got to how many more motherfuckers are going to get the bullet? How many motherfuckers are going to get the bullet until the one that deserves it? Like, it's like this. I'm a Sopranos fan. It's like you watch The Sopranos. How many motherfuckers are going to get the bullet before the one, like in the end, when the screen goes black and there ain't no more Tony, before a.k.a. Tony Tomlin gets what's coming to him? And that's the bottom line, man. And I have never really been this, but like fire Tom, this like on it as much as I am right here, right now. But it's all on his shoulders. This is his team. This is his baby. This is all him with his signature written all over it. Just like he put his signature on that 2010 Super Bowl that had Cowher's team written all over it.
Yep.
So.
What else can you say about that?
And I have false hope. I have faith the defense can step up and have one of those Tomlin type games and win this game. But if that ain't the case, well, God damn it. This is 5 years in a row. You just lollipop this shit away like it didn't mean nothing. Well, it should mean something more if you're a Pittsburgh Steeler, okay? And you're a Steelers organization, all right? It's the whole everything of the city. It's the whole entire culture. Everybody buys in and embodies the Pittsburgh Steelers because every motherfucker around here is daddy, granddaddy, grandmommy, grandpappy, and granddaddy all grew up in the coal mines and the steel mills and everything that came along with this city that built this country, and you know they're just an icon and a remembrance of the city of Pittsburgh, and they are just the embodiment of the city. And for you just to lollipop that division away and act like it doesn't care, and come out and say, "Oh, well,
wow.
Herbert didn't have a pick six in that game," and those are the moments you got to make a play to win the game.
Boy. Dude, that's crazy just now, bro. Pens are winning 3-0, and they just gave up a goal, so now it's 3-1. Now it's about to be the end of the first. I think Pitt's getting crushed. No, Panthers are winning by 12 against. Woo! Let's go!
Fantasy game. So, okay, well, then if that's the case, then the Steelers, the fix is in. I put out a reel today on my Facebook. So then the fix is in. If this is all in line with Vegas, then we're lined up to get an upset victory. And Vegas wins because then the Steelers win because that's what Vegas wants. Vegas wants Steelers to win then, if that's the case. If it's fixed, rigged for Vegas, then the Steelers are rigged to win this game. And somebody in my comment said, nope, Tomlin will still find a way to screw it up. So Tomlin's going to unfix the fix in this game and fuck it up and lose anyway. So
dude, if Pitt beats Miami, bro,
that's how bad he is. He's going to unfix the fix in this game. Okay, don't worry, Ron. Go ahead.
Jeff Cable keeps his job if Pitt beats Miami.
Well, the thing is, Tomlin, McVay, they bought McVay. You know, they went out there and gave McVay the talent to win a Super Bowl, and then he went out there and got it. So I don't know. They couldn't even buy Tomlin a Super Bowl this year, so I don't know what to say. I mean, that's what they're going to try to do. One more year, they got $39 million in cap space. That's what they're going to do, and that's how I could see them clearing that big contract off the books and then they can really attack the free agency this offseason, make some moves, and then drafts in Pittsburgh, and then you bring back optimism in Pittsburgh if you do that.
It's one.
But is it going to work with this head coach and this coaching staff? I guess time will tell. But
Yep.
like I said, trying to do the same thing over and over and over again and expecting the same results is the definition of insanity. And that's really you can't that's where the Steelers are at this point. That's where they're at. And like as much as I want to hype talk like hey, he wins this game, I will. He's 10th, he's tied Chuck Noll all time, 10th in history. And exceeded expectations and got us into the division and got us a division championship this year and got us into the playoffs. And we got a chance to win a playoff game. And hey, he definitely deserves another year. But I mean, you blow this one. Even if you don't win a playoff game, man, the story's still going to be the same. There's still going to be people who want him fired, regardless. So, I mean, should they fire him? Are they going to fire him? I mean, probably not. They want that legacy. The Steelers are about building legacies and are about culture. And are they going to get rid of Tomlin? One win away from tying Chuck Noll. I mean, if he lollipops this, really, does he deserve to pass Chuck Noll? Does he deserve to be the all-time winningest coach in franchise history if he blows the division?
He will
Probably
be.
not. Probably not.
He probably still will be though. How could you say he wouldn't be?
If they give him one more year, he'll definitely win. There will be no doubt about it. He'll at least win one more game next year.
They didn't put Hines Ward in the Hall of Fame today.
Yeah, that's bullshit. He gets a dirty player rap around the rest of the league because some of his blocks on certain players and stuff, and a lot of different players didn't like Hines Ward. But I loved Hines Ward. I thought Hines Ward was a team player. He did everything he could do for the team. He was a blue-collar player, and he's the definition of what a Pittsburgh Steelers is supposed to be. He's one of my favorite players ever.
I mean, they're putting people in like Adam Vinatieri. I mean, I guess he deserves it. He did win a bunch of Super Bowls. His foot alone, he won like 2 of them at least, I think.
Yeah, who's got their team in a better position to win a playoff game right now, Sean McVay or Mike Tomlin?
Sean McVay.
So I mean, and that same with Harbaugh. I'd say Harbaugh's right there, same resume with Tomlin. I put them all around at the same tier. I put Sean Payton, I put Pete Carroll, I put Harbaugh, I put and Tomlin, like all in, like they're all like round on the same tiers. And then I put Andy Reid like in a tier of his own.
Yeah.
So now if McVay wins again, and then who knows how far Sirianni goes deep, Kyle Shanahan's another one. Kyle Shanahan has another deep playoff win. Kyle Shanahan wins a Super Bowl. You put Kyle Shanahan right in that tier with Tomlin. So that's where Tomlin's starting to get bumped out of my Hall of Fame conversation too, bro. You don't get playoff wins. You're getting these guys are passing you by. Harbaugh's passing you by. Sirianni's passing you by. McVay's going to pass you by. Like you keep lollipopping these playoff. I mean,
Exactly. How many times you gonna keep losing?
I don't know who you are backstage, my man. So I'm gonna have to say no to you unless you show your face or something, man. I can't see what you got to say. I'm Mr. C.
Mr. C.
All right, man. Come on up here. You can turn your camera off, man. What's up?
What's up,
How you
guys?
doing?
How are you doing? I'm doing good, man.
I'm
How
good.
about you?
Good. How you feeling about the Steelers this weekend? Are you feeling good? You feeling confident, or you think it's time to fire Tomlin? How you feeling about the things we're saying up here? What's your thoughts?
Well, I feel like the Steelers, if they're healthy, which they are, will have a great chance of winning this game because, I mean, if you look at, both of the careers of Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh, they're eerily similar, but it's just like Tomlin gets a little bit more criticism.
Then who? McVay or
No, not McVay. Then what's his name? Harbaugh.
Harbaugh? Well, who's had more playoff success recently, Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin? I gotta ask.
Harbaugh.
Well, do you think the criticism is more warranted for Tomlin, or do you think the criticism because they're both quote unquote on the hot seat right now? So I don't know. I mean, to be honest, both fan bases are calling for both coaches to get their heads knocked off right now. To be honest, maybe it might be a little louder for Tomlin. I will agree. I mean, it's been real loud for Tomlin for a real long time. There's no doubt about it.
One thing I will say is like he's good in the regular season. I will give him that because at the end of the day, the Steelers have like never been below 500. But like in the postseason, his like questionable game management, his lack of preparation, and a few other things costed the Steelers at least a little bit more playoff success than what they should have had, considering the talent that they had throughout the 2010s.
Le'Veon, that's a big credit. The Le'Veon Bell years, the answer that you couldn't get it done with them. When you ever going to get it done? That's is a narrative for sure.
And I will say this, it's not entirely on him. I mean, honestly, the defense has like imploded a lot in the playoffs. I mean, giving up 35 points, like 45 to the Jaguars, like 48 to the Browns, like without their coach and 3 starting offensive
Well, I can go all the way back. I agree with that. I can go all the way back to the Kevin Colbert days to where some of the draft picks were questionable. Some of the roster moves were questionable. But at the end of the day, how many years does, until it's time for Tomlin to, get something done in the playoffs? And I'm a big defender and advocate of Tomlin, but, man, the Steeler fans want something done in the playoffs, and this is going to be 10 years in a row without a playoff win. So I don't know too many coaches that can survive that honestly.
Honestly, I wouldn't fire him, but I would trade him to another team and try to get some sort of value out of him because if you think about it, like his career, like he's going to keep your team at least somewhat competitive in the regular season, but he's just not going to have a lot of playoff success. So you can't get some sort of value out of him, and another team like might pick him up, and then you should probably try to get like a new coach.
I agree. The Giants probably would be willing to play, and there's the Rooneys and the Mara family are related somehow, some way, I think. So I think they could probably cut some type of deal. Maybe that is the narrative they're putting in there. I would definitely not I agree. You got to be smart about it. I agree with that. You can probably do something for him. Why not?
I think my prediction for
he
this
has a no trade clause in his contract. So is he going? So it comes down to is he going to agree to part ways, and they're going to mutually agree to that? I don't know if that's or this is going to get ugly. Or are they going to say you got one more year, and then you got what they can option him after this year? They can either option to keep him or option to let him go. Not this year, the year next, if that's what they decide what they want to do.
Yes. One thing I will say is that I do think the Steelers, I think I might favor them to win this game, but there's a possibility that like it could go either way. It just really depends on like how the Ravens play. And realistically, I'm not sure if Lamar's going to have a good game because if you look at historically, throughout his career, he's always struggled against the Steelers, no matter how good the Ravens were, or no matter how inconsistent like the Steelers were. And there's a good chance he could drop this game.
I know. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I hope they can win, but I wish it wouldn't have come down to this. They could have easily and should have won that game, and I think his decisions are a big part of us losing that game in Cleveland. As much, should have took the 3, should have punted it on 4th and 10, should have been a little bit more open to pass the ball and try to be a little bit more aggressive on offense to put points on the board. I don't know. You run a hyper conservative offense, and then you roll the dice on 4th down and don't take points, and then you roll the dice on 4th and 10. Seems like there's not too much consistency in with what you're doing, neither. So I don't know.
Speaking of head coaches, Tomlin, Harbaugh, McVay, Carroll, and there could be like another coach I can think about, but those are the 4 coaches that I know that have like similar careers.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. Almost forgot about him. They're all within the same tier, along with McVay. They're all basically like in the same tier. They all have like one Super Bowl
I put
win.
Sirianni around in that. He's coming up in that tier, I
Oh yeah,
think. And
Sirianni.
he's Kyle Shanahan, but he doesn't have a Super Bowl.
He doesn't have a
Sirianni's got the
win.
bowl. Kyle Shanahan does, and Sirianni's got the bowl and a really good win percentage, but I don't think he has enough longevity enough to where I'm going to totally put him in that tier. But if he has a few more seasons the way he's rolling, I mean,
If he could win, I mean, again, I mean, if they can like, rebuild
yeah, he
the
wins again, then he's right up there in the tier with Andy Reid's. I'm putting him up there as top tier, number 2, probably I'd put in the league. Sirianni, I'd Reid, Sirianni 2. I'm probably Tomlin and Harbaugh are neck and neck in my opinion. So this game for both their careers is huge. I think huge.
Yeah, another
I don't
coach
think
that's
neither will
similar.
get fired, but I think Harbaugh definitely had higher expectations for this season. Way higher expectations for this
True.
season than the Steelers did 100%. So should his seat be hotter? Maybe you probably might have a point. You probably have a point.
Honestly, Harbaugh should have another ring. I mean, Lamar Jackson, like his playoff performances, like throughout the years have been very poor.
He gets there. He gets a couple dubs though. Tomlin can't get the dub. Tomlin don't get the dubs,
True.
and he smashed us out last year. So I mean, it's the optics, and it's not gonna. They're gonna be. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. There's no supporters of Tomlin no more. I don't know what else. I mean,
Yeah. I'm starting to think that, there's one thing I'm concerned about is because my favorite team, is the Rams. And I'm very concerned that, we could, head down the same road, as the Steelers have done, if we don't make the certain adjustments, like in-game management decisions, like play calling, like creativity to run the ball more once we get to the red zone so we don't go 3 and out. And I feel like, if we don't really change that philosophy, we could, have like a very similar timeline to the Steelers, what they had in the 2010s.
Interesting. So see, the thing is, Steelers. There's got to be a balance. See, there's going to be like a counterbalance to that because, I think the Steelers they're too conservative with closing it up. But at times, like with Ben, I thought they were too hyper aggressive with going like 5 wide and doing too much pass. Is that what you're basically saying about the Rams? They're just too much of a finesse, open it up type team, and they just can't finish it out with running the ball, or
yes,
exactly.
They're a little bit too much pass happy, and that's not necessarily going to get you like a lot of playoff success because you're going to have to run the football and control the clock in key situations if you're going to want to convert certain drives instead of settling for field goals. Because if you look at the Rams' last playoff games when they lost to the Eagles, they were getting field goals when they should have been getting touchdowns. And then the same thing happened with the Lions. They went 0 for 3 in the red zone, and they lost by 1 point.
Yeah, and they be rolling the dice on 4th down. I don't know how McVay is with that, but I know Dan Campbell is like that. Pretty much lost him that game. You could say attributed to him losing the game. You could say that lost the game in Cleveland for the Steelers. I don't get this analytic go for it on 4th down. I'm not that type of person. I want to play ball control. I am that type of person. And I believe in Tomlin's philosophy and what they're trying to do. But the Steelers don't really have the personnel to run that type of offense, in my opinion. So I don't know. We got to be more like the Rams to win this game and spread it out a little bit and opening it up, honestly. Because
I have a feeling that McVay,
you can't get off on 1st and 2nd down, then it's 3rd and long, and then it just takes all the guessing out of that's the whole point of it. Is it's 2nd and 3, and then you never know what's coming. Instead of 3rd and 11, and you know for a fact that you're passing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I get where you're coming from. I honestly feel career is going to end up very similar to like the Tomlins, the Carrolls, the Harbaughs, the Sean Paytons, if he doesn't get it done within the timeline that he has, because Stafford's not going to be like elite forever because he's getting close to 40. And it's going to be very difficult to get another quarterback that's going to be able to play at that level and make the checks and reads and progress the defense and audible, because most quarterbacks today, they don't do that anymore.
No, I mean, Stafford is definitely playing at an MVP type level. So, I mean, the Rams to have a chance to make a run at it, I'm not going to lie. I'd say out of the NFC, they might be one of the favorites. I mean, any team out of that division could honestly, like the Seahawks are really good. The 49ers are still pretty good. I think could honestly make a run. I mean, they got some talent. And I think I agree, Runt, but this isn't any team. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, I mean, 10 years without a playoff win. And this season is really, I mean, man, the division was handed gift wrapped to you, man, gift wrapped to you, and you couldn't do nothing with it. So I'm not saying I'm gonna walk back, maybe saying fire him if we don't make the playoffs, or probably not. There's probably the rational, smart thing to do is for them is to try to get something in return for him while you still have him on contract because you probably can. But will they, be willing to agree to terms with that? I don't know. I could speculate all day, I guess, about that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Also, another issue is that if the Steelers win this game against the Ravens, I'm not sure if it's at home or on the road.
It's at home for the Steelers.
Okay, yeah, like they should be like slightly favored.
Well, the
But
Ravens
if
are
they lose,
favored. That's how I feel. I feel the Ravens, the Steelers, especially if Watt plays and Lamar doesn't play, the Steelers honestly should probably be favored in this game at home. But it's recency bias, I think, with the Ravens just beating the Packers and the Steelers just losing to the Browns. So, I mean,
if the Steelers win this game and they make the playoffs as the 4th seed, they're most likely going to be playing the Chargers in the first round. I think that's going to be a tough ball game.
it'll be, I think, whoever they play, Bills or the Chargers, will be very tough for them to play for sure.
And like if they end up losing another playoff game, then they're going to have to move on from Mike Tomlin. But I'm not sure which coach would be like available in order to have for the long term, like in the future.
If they make the playoffs, they're
like,
not going to move on from Mike Tomlin. I don't think they're moving on from Mike Tomlin regardless, to be honest. But I just don't think it's going to happen. But I mean, is it time to move on from Mike Tomlin? Yeah, probably pretty much. I think so. But
yeah,
will they? Steelers
I don't think they will.
Steelers are stubborn.
Art Rooney's the second is contempt with like mediocrity.
That's what the story is. They want him to. People. This one dude put up a billboard in Pittsburgh. They said, "Fire Tomlin or sell the team, Rooney." So that's where the fans are at right now with Mike Tomlin, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there are a few like coaching options that I feel like they could get like if they do decide to move on from Mike Tomlin, which is unlikely. But the only like candidates that I can think of are Antonio Pierce, Dave Culley, and really that's it. I can't think of anybody else.
I don't know. What if that defensive coordinator from the Chiefs decided to be a head coach from the Steelers? I'd take him. What's his name? Spagnano or whatever?
No, he was terrible. He was a horrible coach. I remember he used to coach the Rams back in the late 2000s, like early 2010s, and the Rams were like the worst team in football when he was coaching.
No, some offensive guru or something. I don't know. Somebody offensive. They need to change the style and the philosophy up. If you're going to get off of a coach like that, and you got to really try to change the culture if you're going to do that. And it might be hard to do. That's going to be a hard thing to do in Pittsburgh. So
the problem with like most offensive coaches, the majority of them don't necessarily know how to manage the clock and use timeouts when you're supposed to. And the thing is, it's a myth that you need a great offensive mind in order to win games. If that's the case, then the Steelers wouldn't be having winning records with the worst offensive coordinators in the league some of these years.
I mean, that's the narrative, though. I agree. You think like me, but the way the NFL and the rules are changing, I'm starting to think I'm gonna have to get off my own stubbornness and get away from this smash mouth. This brand is not. I mean, I grew up on the shit, so I don't want to. I love it, but I don't know. It's just not the NFL anymore. I don't know.
The thing is, you need a leader as a coach, and then you need to have the right coordinators.
It's true.
Some guys are great coordinators, but they don't pan out as head coaches. So you're gonna have to get the right leader, someone who can instill a culture change, somebody who can be a man amongst men. I mean, look what the Lions did with Dan Campbell. Even though they haven't have any championship success, he was able to turn the franchise around from a dumpster fire to like a relevant organization.
I don't want Gruden. No.
No, Gruden's no good. I mean, the only reason why I said Antonio Pierce is because like he never really had like a fair shot, like in Vegas to succeed, because he took over like a horrible organization and they essentially traded all of their assets in order to get draft picks. So essentially, they sabotaged his career and they were tanking.
Who, Gruden? Or who you talking
No,
about?
they know the Raiders. Remember when they had Antonio Pierce? Like they never even gave him a shot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what Brian Flores said about the Miami too. So, I mean, could be the case. That's why I think the NFL should definitely implement a draft lottery so that you can't. I think teams definitely want to tank. The Raiders probably want to lose this game coming up next week so they can get the first round pick. I think they are in the first round pick. So, of course, they want to lose to keep that first round pick.
A lot of these coaches, they never really got a chance. I mean, David Culley, like he never got a shot. Antonio Pierce, he never really had a chance to build his team from the ground up. Because if you look at like the most of the greatest coaches of all time, like you have like Bill Walsh, you have Chuck Noll, Tom Landry, Jimmy Johnson, the list goes on. Parcells, they weren't winning games overnight like in the first years. It took time for them to build the teams that they would go on to succeed with.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to build a foundation, which doesn't happen overnight. That's for sure. That's what I think some fans don't realize. And, that's the thing with firing coaches all the time. You never get a chance to build any type of foundation. Like right now, Tomlin does have a foundation, which is the defense that's keeping the Steelers alive. So, like you said, you don't necessarily need an offensive guru to win games. I mean, the Philadelphia, look at them. I mean, they were a defensive, ran it more than they passed it and won a Super Bowl. So, I mean, but
I
I
mean, they
don't
got
know
the
if the
right coach.
Steelers are
That's why, I
built.
mean,
They're
once they
not
got
built like
Sirianni,
Philly with the offensive line. They're like the Steelers in 05 when they won that Super Bowl. They had Alan Faneca, who's a Hall of Famer, first ballot offensive lineman on there. Jeff Hardings, who's a Pro Bowl offensive lineman, and Ken Marvell Smith, who is a Pro Bowl offensive lineman. So they had a bunch of big boys. That's a lot of those guys don't get credit neither. Casey Hampton was another guy in the trenches, monster.
Casey Hampton was a beast. I remember him.
Timo Van Olaf and Aaron Smith. I mean, those guys never get enough credit. They don't never get none of the glory or none of it. So, I mean, but that's what sells. That's what they sell. The Colin Cowherd, that's been the narrative for the longest time. Offense. Mark Madden, you got to score points fast in the NFL today. That's just how it is. And I think, the Roonies, they probably are responsible for the Arthur Smith hire. They wanted his brand of football to bring to the offense. So, I mean, are they going to – that's why the Roonies don't change it up, and you do need some time to build a foundation. So,
true.
there is – I mean, you fire him, there's a chance this team – everybody's crying about 9-8. Well, we could be the Raiders. We could be the Browns. We could be like you said, I mean, there's a million teams that would want Tomlin. I mean, I've said it and it is true. Like you fire him, there's another team that's definitely going to go out there and sign
Personally,
that guy.
if I would trade Tomlin, I would ship him off to the Raiders or the Jets and like fleece like a lot of their draft picks.
Giants, I'm thinking, would be the best. Probably. They just fired their head coach. Raiders got Pete Carroll, so I think they'll at least stick with Pete Carroll for another year or two. Honestly,
they should have given Pierce a chance. I mean, he essentially saved them in 2023 and won 6 games with a crippled roster and with Aiden O'Connell as the starting quarterback. And realistically, if they gave him the right coordinators and allowed him to build the team up, they could be in contention, not now, but in the future, down the line, years later.
So I'm kind of worried about the Steelers doing. They're becoming the Raiders. They're becoming the Browns. Instead of selling, winning football, they're selling you a story. So and that's what you got, the new stadium. You just got rid of Gruden. What can make the fans optimistic? Signing a name like Pete Carroll, a Super Bowl winner like Pete Carroll. That's what it comes. And is it the right move? Maybe, maybe not. Time will tell. But will Pete Carroll get that time to build that foundation over Antonio Pierce? Yeah, for sure. I mean, And I mean, Pete Carroll is a decorated coach, so I mean, we'll see what Pete Carroll can do, but he didn't do much with the Raiders this year. You can say that. So as it stands now, I mean, you're right. I mean, you're right as it stands now for sure.
One thing I'll say is that the reason why like the Eagles were successful is because Nick Sirianni was able to come in and he was able to change the culture. I mean, they went from a 4-win team to going 9-8 and making the playoffs. Then they go 14-3 and reach the Super Bowl and came close to winning it, but their defense imploded. And the following year they start 10-1, but then they collapse and they lose in the first round. And the year after that they go 14-3 and win the Super Bowl. So what Sirianni has done within the last 4 years is impressive. And he still has a long way to go. I mean, who knows how his career could turn out? Maybe he could win another one if the Eagles can revamp their offense.
I agree. Well, I think I'm about sport talked out for today, brother. I appreciate you coming up and putting your input in and giving your opinions, man. I appreciate it. Mr. C, I guess you go by, or what does that go? Hashi,
Yeah.
I can. Well, you have a good day, sir. I
It
appreciate
was
your
nice
time,
talking to you,
and I
man.
appreciate the content that you brought to the channel. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night, man.
All right, take care, man.
Yep.